Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, we are here with some RGL IM 6's my Sayo, aka Jay, Mr. Fireside Man. I'm actually going to be solo casting this one. I did not expect to be casting this at all. But we have Bra Moment versus Yeezy. Yes, I'm solo casting. It was kind of planned last minute. We finished our Highlander match way too earlier than I thought. So hopefully we should be going live very soon. We're on Metalworks actually, and we are on the week 7 of RGL Season 12 IM 6's. And both teams have readied up, so we're going to go straight into the game. You're going to be listening to a solo cast, so I'm going to try my best to catch all the action for you and also do you justice with a spectacular cast. Never mind that. We're straight off with yeezy on blue, Bra Moment on red. And we're going to go straight into the first mid, actually, as a matter of fact. Just to run it down, yeezy, Savant, Woohoo Ran, Siggy, Rainbow, Jordan God, 888, Sea Otter. On the side of Bra Moment is Flames, Jamon, Fredo, Flute, Heavy Catfish. This is double bomb is out for Bra Moment. Never mind that I can't finish the lineups as in Lunchbox Sea Otter's lit up like a Christmas tree. And then meanwhile, the counter bomb in from Yeezy. They get 2 off of that. It's just up to Happy Catfish and Jamond as Sea Otter is protected by his 2 chariot horses, Savant and Woohoo Ren. Happy Catfish is alone here in this house area. The Uber advantage is in favor of Yeezy. Bra Moment, they're left reeling back to the last point, so as a matter of fact, we're sitting here on Bra Moment second with Yeezy at full Uberad. Bra Moment should be setting up a gun theoretically, and they actually are. They do have it up on Jamon as Fredo just kind of doing some crit buffs, shoots and spam through the shutter door, but it will not stop this push that is coming imminently from Yeezy, leading on Savant, potentially. Now they're actually going to go to the, looks like they were trying to go to the right door, but Jordan God is probably signaling towards the right shutter door, or the right area, but the more they wait, the closer Jazz is to an Uber, and it's now down to a 30% Uber ad situation. I'm not sure if they failed to read the Uber ad situation, but eventually it's going to reset. They're getting ready to just Uber through shutter, but the headshot immediately from Flames. This is already disastrous. Uber right before it even started. No demo to shoot the gun. The flank is in from Fredo, but it's a bit too late. They've already left the premises. Are Yeezy. But Fredo is in onto second. And then there's the flank. There's actually a backup going in, but there is a scout to stop him. Flames is taking the 1v1 versus Rainbow. And Rainbow eventually gets ending up in a 1v2 with Shaman coming in to save his teammate. Bra Moment, they've secured second, and now, oh, how the tables have turned. They have full Uberad now as they're pushing in through Valley. There is a sniper in the forward spawn, which is Siggy. Looking around, shoots at Loop, but misses the headshot. That should have been a free pick, but never mind that. Bra Moment, they'll be pushing in. They could actually barrel their way into second off of this ad if they are quick enough, but it's now dwindling down to 30%. But Fredo's taking the fight versus Savant here, and Savant's actually caught here, gonna die to Jamon. The Uber is coming in really fast here through this alley area, and it actually gets forced off by Sticky. Just a waddling soldier who forces off the Uber from Jazz, but it doesn't matter in the end. There's not enough players to hold second, but Sea Otter coming up on this Uber may just turn the tide here. Soldier is in onto Jazz. Jazz left alone, gets hit by the fadeaway rocket by Rainbow, but Rainbow has to give his life for it. It's now a 3v6. Savant dying in lower now makes it a 2v6. There is the respawns now coming in, but the Blue are getting forced out a second already. They're not willing to use this Uber. They want to prevent having to use here, but they are all sacking in for Sea Otter. Sea Otter eventually does have to use. They do kill the majority of the players sacking in for the gang here, but never mind that. They are in onto second here. Are Yeezy. They had to use their Uber though, but because Jazz was killed in the midst of that alley push, and he did have a very late respawn, and everybody was just caught in trying to do the 4-man for a Bra Moment. It's actually slight ad, but I'm pretty sure they'll consider it negligible on the side of Yeezy, because if you were Bra Moment, you would have had a scout coming back to spawn, and theoretically it should be even, but both teams, they're just building up their Ubers. Yeezy are treating it as equal, just as I aforementioned, because in an ideal world where we live in, Bra Moment would have had a scout building in way back then, but either way, just now a stalemate right now. Flame's gonna spot out the area. Does spot a soldier in alley, but will get the help of Fredo to fight that. So we should see a sack coming in pretty soon. But with Luke getting pressured in house by Stiggy, he will go down. In the meanwhile, the two scouts, they've led in through alley, and now Rainbow's the one that's going to be lit up. But Stiggy's going to go for the sack, but everybody has left right before he arrived. And that means Yeezy, they're going to situate themselves again. They can't go for the quick counter sack because Stiggy was the counter sack while Rainbow was getting re-healed up. Actually, he's still going to go for it. If he chooses to go for this, this could spell trouble because loot on the respawn timer means this sack is pretty much very late. And this is going to leave Yeezy in the 5v6 and they don't manage to force Jazz. And all the shots have missed. Savant kills Fredo though. So that actually is a sack for sack trade. Fredo was very quick to sack there off of the camera. And ideally you want to go as fast as Fredo did. And he did, but it just wasn't successful at that. So Jordan God pressuring off alley. There is a soldier fighting off Happy Catfish, and Happy Catfish, oh, the rocket just goes above his head, but it just doesn't manage to kill him. So Happy Catfish will be counting his lucky stars for that one. Flames is just going fast in. Savant is low on bridge, but Flames has to back off. Not connected with the heals. Jamal's actually going to lead this in. As they do force out the Uber, eventually Yeezy does, but they lost Savant in the meanwhile in lower, and Rainbow's now down in lower too. So that means, bruh moment, they actually took second for free, really. So that actually means, you know, Yeezy, they have to go sit back on the last. They can't really push out. But Jamal's actually just charioting his way alone. It's a solo man mission here on the last, but he wasn't able to have enough ammo loaded up to kill the demo man. But Flames actually killing somebody on the far left means this could be a potential push. Savant is actually fighting Cubby alone. Not the ideal range you want to take a fight in, as Fredo goes and kills the heavy, but has to get his life forward. In the meanwhile, Jamon did die. So they have to back out immediately. Yeezy. Savant pressuring Shutter here. Doesn't get the kill. But he does force Happy Catfish to back off. But does he? Oh, he does at the last second spot those sticks. But Savant's already into second. He walked in through lower ramp onto pipe. Now up to bridge. He's pathing his way into the entire team that is Bra Moment. And they won't manage to get the kill. This could be a fast flank. But in the meanwhile, Fredo is sacked. But Loot is in. On through the ramp area, gets 3 rockets cleanly out of Jordan God, but it doesn't mean that he'll come out with his life safely. He will go down to the soldiers there. But Stiggy and Rainbow are low. They have to get bows. One of them does, the other one jumping towards the spawn door. But Jamond and Co, they're going to treat this as an advantage, and it's actually an exchange, as a matter of fact. This is going to be a very huge scrappy fight towards the end. Frags are going in favor of Yeezy, 2 for 1. Catfish going down in the midst of that, and Savant is already ready on the pinch, but there's a soldier on the respawn timer that was going to meet him that is Fredo, but Fredo goes down, hits his rocket onto the wall, and Chaz is so low, I think Savant might have had a chance to get the kill there, but he just wasn't able to do so. Happy Catfish defending his medic there, and Loot is pressuring off Jordan God from pushing lobby any further there, so that means Brown Moment on the fallback, nearly collapsing there, but the respawn timers do come in, and that means Brown Moment, they do manage to hold on for just a second there. And they do have to regain their breath. They do have to regain their composure. And they should be ready to maybe potentially go in for another exchange. But all that cap time from that previous push that Jamond led has now dissipated. So Yeezy and Co, they fended off an off-timing even exchange there. But they are stuck stalemating with a minute and 45 about left, meaning should this go towards the end, the timer dissipates, no cap time, we should go into a stalemate reset towards the mid fight. But Fredo is in for the sec, but the gun denies both Flames and Fredo. So if who ran, oh, actually not on the Frontier Justice, means there shouldn't be any Frontier Justice crits coming in anytime soon for them. So with that being said, Saka's in from Rainbow, but Rainbow's going to be dealt with pretty quickly there. Stiggy could have gone for something in the meanwhile, but knowing the respawn timers, I don't think it would have been ideal for him to do it. Loot pressuring lobby, trying to get in a fast timing sack in through main Shutter, but wasn't able to get anything. Flames in the meanwhile, W keying in, does go down. Loot with a clean 2 rockets, though, cleaning up that scout. There is the Fredo scout spy, but they unfortunately got 2 in the meantime. Not the fault of Brum. I mean, usually just W keying, trying to sack and get opportunities. But that leaves this last hold very exposed. And if they distract long enough, and they do get the soldier too, Fredo could come in as the last part of this plan. but he does get the, he does get the backstab, and he actually even forces off the Uber too. This is completely disastrous right now for yeezy, as one by one they fall like dominoes, and this should be a round momentarily, as it's just up to this medic and the soldier on point. But Jamon and co, they take the first round. It's all good. For those who are just tuning in, this is Bra Moment versus yeezy. I am solo casting, and I'm also observing. We just capped off RGL Season 15 Highlander. Now we're back with some RGL Season 12 sixes, as we're heading to the next mid fight. Both teams rolling out. Bra Moment striking first blood into this match, but can they keep up the momentum? That remains the question. Catfish, we're gonna keep the camera on him, as Jordan God actually significantly has a faster route, and he lights up the scout too. Happy Catfish's partner, that is, as the double bomb is out already from Sticky. This is a really aggressive bomb before Bra Moment are even able to situate themselves, and this actually could be bad because Bra Moment barely took any damage from that, as Fredo is now into Lunchbox getting the fast flank in. This could be the end of Jordan God's life. No, it doesn't manage to be. Sea Otter arrowing up his players, and that means with a two-man advantage on the mid, they should be able to secure it relatively easily here. But there is one player stuck in the back lines that is accounted for. That is Fredo. As you see, the scout was looking back, and they do hear the rockets firing in the distance. And now they push in through alleyway. There's a scout Carl on point, though. Hits his head on the main lobby doorway. Sticky. Oh, a clean direct onto Jamon too. Jamon is lucky to go out with his life. Jordan God already tripping off main here. He could get a kill, but loot. Oh, just overextending for that kill. But it was a good opportunity to go for it. But now with Fredo in the backlines means there's no projectile classes aside from Happy Catfish to really deny this. But Fredo is in. Almost gets the force on the Sea Otter. Oh, the force is finally out. But how does Fredo live for that long? I'm not too sure, quite frankly. His Rainbow is now in. Far right. Gun was up momentarily, but because they got the force off of Fredo, they're now prepping for that push out through the lobby area. But they do have to get all their spawns first. So with Fredo now respawning, just got to clear all the angles. They see Rainbow here is in a pretty sneaky position, but if they open the shutter door, they should see him. If only he had tucked tail into the left there. But his original will still be showing here. But that's not where the push is going through. It's actually going to go in through the main doorway. But they do have to use this barrage of spam that is being fired off by Jordan God. The Iron Bomb is just so ideal for these kind of scenarios. But they're going to be able to try in, but they lost loot as for that with Rainbow in that spot. Actually getting the force. And with two players still back, everybody on yeezy is backed up. There were two players still on last for Bra Moment. While they were in the lobby area, they were just situating in case of a potential back cap shove. But never mind that. Jamon pushing in through alleyway, forcing off the soldier off of Bandy Shed. And that means Fredo is now pushing in immediately. The flank is getting overrun though. Flames, 52 HP could have been killed in an instant there. The Uber is out, but it's not an ideal scenario for Bra Moment with Happy Catfish low on 52 HP. Jamon has to bring his medic out, and the Uber being counterpopped by yeezy means that's a botched push, but never mind that. In lobby, Savant killing loot, and now Rainbow fast on the flank actually misses the speed shot in through lobby, but he should still be able to catch off Jazz here. Jazz, side blinded by the bomb, by the players pressuring through shutter, does lose his demo, but now Jazz may be soon to fall. Woohoo Ren getting a kill on the scout, but Savant might be able to trade here. Jazz hitting an arrow on the fadeaway. Jamond is left alone, and just for Jazz, the only one close to point, has to stop it. Has to give his life, but doesn't able to delay long enough for the two players to come in. So, first round for yeezy. It's tied up 1-1. So, we're chilling. Next mid is underway. We're into our third mid. Pretty average times for a metalwork round to go through, but if you have watched the invite matches from earlier this season, you have expected the stalemates to be a bit longer, the rounds to take a bit longer too at that. Jordan got 8-8, getting good pressure, but the double bombs are out. The fade is in the alley-oop from the soldiers, but Flame steals the kill onto the lit-up Sea Otter. And in the meanwhile, they just have to keep Jazz alive, but Rainbow is going to be the one to avenge his medic's fallen life. And Rainbow is going to rebomb in, but doesn't get any kills. Savant taking a fight in Valley gets the kill, but Savant going down, or his soldier partner goes down on point, that is. And Savant is not taking a fight versus Jamon and Happy Catfish, but obviously the team fight always will end up with the man advantage side. So Jordan got here in alley, does need to die, but oh, is that an air shot? No, Loot misses it, but Jordan God somehow escapes. Had he not gone for the air shot, maybe he would have gotten the kill, and maybe that would have meant second was all but yeezys. So Loot is in. He actually wasn't. What a surf? Okay. Sea Otter. That was reminiscent to the Rome versus. I should have took my homie match where I believe Fruit bombed in from the flank on mid, but Pablo surfed onto the high ground of the point. And Sea Otter almost imitating that. So Sticky here, now on the counter attack, actually catches off Happy Catfish in lobby. I don't think they were expecting the counter attack to come in through house there. And with the Ubers being built, it's slightly in favor of Yeezy, so they could actually push in, but there's a flank shot by Fredo and Jamond. Or, I mean, Flames that is, but they get dealt with ease. And Jordan God now just versus Loot with the help of Rainbow. But Rainbow's going to go for the eyes on the prize, which is the medic, but has to turn his back to kill Loot. And now might actually get Happy Catfish. No, Happy Catfish with the two punch there with the two pipes means that Yeezy. They got the point. They could have kept moving forward. Maybe had Rainbow stayed alive, but now these spawns, there's 3 spawns on the wave. Meaning that they wouldn't have been able to push regardless of whether Sticky had stayed alive or not. Or Rainbow, that is. But they're already fast from them because they had the forward spawns, they had the better spawns. They can take the exchange, but this exchange is pretty scrappy. Look at all the HP being dealt, and Woohoo Ren getting a kill means that Brahma needs to sound the signals, they need to sound the alarms, they need to leave. But Fredo did not get the memo, he gets killed by Woohoo Ren. And that means Yeezy, Rainbow, can go for this fast flank, and he can give up his life for it. Oh, but the timing, they're just always a second too late, these soldiers on both teams. And Rainbow not getting the kill there means that's a botched opportunity for the side of Yeezy. Raw moment now. They did fall back on the second, and they are counting their lucky stars. Had Rainbow got the timing a little bit faster there, they would have gotten Jazz. That would have meant disadvantage. But Sticky here has to fend off this sudden Valley push. It's just a dry fight after dry fight. No advantage. There's no such thing as advantages. It's just even exchanges. And Sticky, oh my gosh, they're collapsing on the Jazz and Valley. They got the scout. They can go for the medic, but they choose to focus down Flames, which is extended very far in. And that means, oh, actually they had all sucked in on Bruh on to Sea Otter in off camera, but it doesn't matter. It's a wipe for Yeezy. And Bruh moment. An inopportune time to push through Valley, despite this Uber situation, means they have to lose second, and they have to lose that Uber advantage that they could have potentially had after killing Sea Otter, because they had just used too many resources to kill Sea Otter. And in this even situation, we have the sniper up on Steggy here. Last time Yeezy was on last, it was a full Uber situation. This is the first time where they will be trying to crack the nut open on an even Uber situation here. So Stiggy's going to charge up in lobby here, but in that cubby area, actually on the far left of the lobby, Fredo's taking the fight, almost kills Ren, but doesn't manage to do so. They're just going to build up the Uber on both teams. It's pretty much even. And someone's going to open the shutter door soon for Stiggy. The sniper has been seen though, but it doesn't stop Jamon from sitting out in the open like a sitting duck. Gets domed straight to the head. Stiggy does get pressured off and does need that rebuff, but they can take their time on the next 10 seconds to not worry about an extra man to block off the choke points. But this is a really good denial here by Fredo on the shutter door. Luke covering right cubby, but Stiggy actually fires off another body shot. They just have to fear this bridge sightline. Our Brum moment. And oh my gosh, that's actually 3 for 4 now, and Loot should be soon to fall. Rainbow following up. Great kill onto them. But they need to crack open this hold against the Sentry, which is under point. But considering this position from the Sentry, it's not going to deny any bombers. And if they are aware of it on Yeezy, they could just bomb in through main, double bomb off the high wall, and they could get the force onto Jazz. But Jazz, because of the setup, is actually not holding close to bridge. And this sniper up from Jamon wins the SVS, but in terms of the headshots, that is, on who got the first headshot, but he actually goes down to the full charge body shot. So, Brum moment. They're still trying to fend off this sniper from Stiggy, who is currently dealing the hot hand to them. But at some point, you have to get an idea of where the sentry is situated. You don't see it on point yet. Actually, nobody has peeked far right, so they don't have any information on where the sentry is. Should Savant choose to see it, or peek that area, they should know that the sentry is under point. Meaning that should be a soldier stack imminently, but they're just choosing not to do it. They haven't peeked far right. They don't have any information on the Brum moment hold. And they're just going to work the sniper's hand here, but the longer they take, A minute and 30 left. It should eventually result in an exchange. And, oh, we have a pause. Okay. So, first round win in favor of Bro Moment, Yeezy. They answered back relatively quickly compared to Bro Moment's first round length. But now we're stuck in a very peculiar last hold. As you can see, Jazz is holding towards the... Well, he was originally holding back here in spawn. But because the round timer has dwindled down to 1 minute 30 and actually going down by the second, this should be an exchange soon. But because both teams have snipers, this could end up being a very awkward exchange at that. And there also has to be this 300 point, which is being heard by Yeezy, but they just aren't choosing to go for anything off of that. So for those tuning in, I'm Jay. I'm solo casting. I'm solo producing. We didn't have any casters available. I should have sent out a ping on Fireside, but nobody answered the call. But whatever. We're here on Metalworks Week 7B. Bro Moment versus Yeezy. And if I pull up the HUD again, we have a few familiar names. Giggly was actually supposed to play, from what I know. He was paid up on the Bro Moment roster, but I think sometime around the season they've been like swapping around based on availability. Like if you watch the last Bro Moment match, Jamon was playing Soldier, but now he's on Scout, and now he's actually on Sniper for some reason. Compared to Loot, who I would say is actually a better sniper at that. But Jamon, the HL main he is, gonna don the Australian colors, so... Fredo actually returned to the team. He wasn't there at the start of the season from what I recall. So now he's coming back to the team. Because I remember the Gully Wash match they played, they had Loot and Jamon Soldiers. But now Fredo's back on the team. He's chilling like a villain. And from Yeezy, Jordan God 88 played in Season 10 main? His team featured Champosaurus Rex and a few other ESEA old heads, but they didn't go too far in main. I think they finished 4-12, 5-11, somewhere around that. Sea Otter, RGL staff, Discord admin. Say what you want about Discord moderators, admins, but that guy's a chill guy. And Savant played, maybe I'm mistaking him with Psy, but oh, temporary on pause. Nope. No information on the pause here because we're 1 minute and 30 in the pass. But to go on, Savant, I believe, played an amateur like a few seasons ago. I just don't remember which team. There's a second on pause. Teams are trolling around in the pause 90 seconds into the future. Unfortunate, quite frankly. But yeah, if you're just tuning in, it's a solo cast. Taiga has mod. He can handle the chat for me. I don't have to do all of that. But we're back into the game. Sticky in the meanwhile had gotten a kill onto somebody on far left, but Rainbow actually going for the, Luke going for the counter attack. Goes for a 1-for-1. Now, if Yeezy here with a minute left wants to go for another sniper work, another pause. If Yeezy wants to try working a sniper again, it would be unideal because eventually with a minute left in the scenario, they will have to take in a counter. They will have to take an exchange, and inevitably that sniper just becomes a side piece in the Uber and would get bombed by a soldier, but they're still going to try to work it. They're still going to try to work Siggy with 50 seconds left. Not sure if this is the optimal play here, given the circumstances of the round. And if you're asking for my opinion, this should be a stalemate. We should be heading into a reset on the mids. But Siggy, oh, the torch is being opened and people are just peeking into the sightlines. I mean, you have to contest it some way, somehow. But maybe not with the scout, and Jamon gets sent straight to the respawn wave. And this sniper, now they're finally choosing to work too far right here. But this is for an exchange. And Fredo almost goes down. Rainbow here gonna sack. They drop. Fredo actually, and Rainbow is bombing into the exchange. This still ends up being a 3v3 when all things are said and done. But because Jamon had died early, he's gonna come up and make it a 4v3. But Jamon deals with the sniper in the backlines. Jordan on the point, getting dealt with by the scout. And sniper, the medic just gets hammered by the conscientious objector, and that should be a round reset. We're gonna head to the next mid. For those who are just tuning in, like we said, I don't want to sound like a broken clock here, but we're doing some RGL Season 12 IM, not playing on the schedule. We did it last minute. Our Highlander match finished at 10:30 sharp, so I messaged Jazz saying, hey, let's cast the match, and here we are. So yeezy versus bro moment, RGL Season 12 IM. This does have playoff implications for both teams, with both teams teetering around with a almost even Stevens record, actually, if I remember looking at both pages, but... Oh! Illegal pause. Because the game had been paused like 3 straight times during that pause sequence. But I guess they chose to do a gentleman's agreement and give up the mid? Not too sure what the circumstances are there, but regardless, we can't reminisce on the past. We have to move on with the present. Bro moment, they're back on second. yeezy, with commiserations, have taken mid. And yes, there was no mid fight. I guess they just chose to give up mid, bro moment, because of the pause scenario. But regardless of that, they're going to try to work a stack here, yeezy, but they're all cluttered up in this house area. Now they're eventually going to go through backdoor into alley, which is spotted out by Fredo, meaning that Sticky should be working up the stack very soon, but getting pressured already. He's very low, but he's still going to try to go for it. In the meanwhile, Rainbow had gone for the speed shot in, and he does get the force onto Jazz. So it's a double soldier distraction, one through alley, but in reality, the soldier committing through house with the speed shot does get the force. But yeezy, they kind of have to maybe potentially give up this mid because they have no soldiers to defend, but with this instant kill on the Fredo, that should change the tide. But this soldier in Sea Otter with balls of steel and 24 HP, choosing not to pop, means that yeezy, they should be able to walk into second as long as they clear the traps. Happy Catfish doesn't have any ready at that because he's getting the bow and he has to jump up from the lower area. And with Savant seeing the single cycles deaths of the stickies, that should mean there is no traps. And with Rainbow fading into alley there, that should mean all is clear for the taking here. It's ripe for yeezy in second. It's a ripe fruit. They're going to take it. Uber should be coming into last. They should ideally be spotting in this scenario rather than stacking the point, as this Uber is now dwindling to 25 added just about. And that sniper shot means the gig is off. If Jordan God here falls, they're actually still going to go. But wait, what? Some sticky spam, some pipe spam means that everybody's just falling. I'm not too sure what's going on right now. Ren is in as a constellation prize. He does have to die for it though, but a bit of a labored push. The Devilman had an idea to go left. The medic wanted to go through main with the scout, and then the indecisiveness just caused the drop. So that means bro moment, they just retake second. I'm not really understanding of what just happened, but it's the kind of things that come with the level of this division. As Rainbow here is hiding here, but in the meanwhile, everybody in through underpass into alleyway. As Rainbow actually going to go for the pick onto Loot, and that should allow his scout to go for the back cap, but instead he's going to have to fight with the scout into this house area, but Flames getting the trade means that the back cap potential was completely denied. Jamond is going to walk in here, walks past the sticks, and the scout is straight in. I think that's Savant, and Savant not able to dodge off the 2 scouts. They do get laser him down, and that should be the mid for bro moment. Now they are going to stack it. No, they're actually going to keep going their way into second, but because they have to heal up, I think they'll just have to settle for the sack, because that push in through Valley can take off a lot of time for your Uber advantage, and that means it's now even Stevens. Fredo and co, they're going to have to work the heals into the alley. They're going to have to work the sack. Fredo is ready and primed and ready with Happy Catfish spamming on a point. Fredo is getting ready. He's getting buffed up. And now should be able to go for it. But these sticks from Jordan God here might deny the alley sack. Should he walk straight into it? No! He gets air shot by Jordan! But should that change the outcome of that sack? It doesn't. He gets denied. But somehow, in the meanwhile, off of all that pressure, Happy Catfish going down. But look at the soldiers. They're both worse for wear. Less than 100 HP apiece. But Savant here almost catches Loot off guard there. And he might go down. But in the meanwhile, Rainbow tried to find his way in through Valley onto Truck Pack. But he doesn't get anything. He has to back off. And they're going to take this exchange. Now, Sticky is going to go for the force here. But actually, the pop is commenced by Jamon and co. They get the pick onto the Demo Man, but Loot dies. That means now, though, with this player on the flank from Sticky, oh, the 2-shot from Woohoo Ren kills the medic, and with the flank here in from Sticky, this should be all but over. Wait. It's 3v3 right now. They're all just running into the house. Just Ren on point. The other soldier is late to the party, but he finally shows up. He does get the kill onto Happy Catfish. 2v2 now. Make that a 2v1 with Fredo getting the kill on a Woohoo Ren. And now it's just Sticky here. But against two players that are relatively low, they should be able to win it off regardless with the help of the scout here onto Jamon on 4 HP. He does still get the kill onto Sticky there. And he's still going for more on 4 HP, but he dodges the stick. Neo from the Matrix. He does get away with his life somehow. And Jordan God could have avenged his fallen teammate, but Jamon with the schmoves does escape with his life, and I am out of breath. I wish I had a bottle of water right next to me. Flames now into Valley right now. They are trying to see if they could potentially work a set, because knowing Jazz, he's probably going to call a conservative play here, but with the way that Brumman have been playing Metalworks, they've been choosing to try onto these even situations with Loot getting the kill into house there on the Sticky. That should actually be the signal for a potential exchange, but Fredo's actually going to go in before all of that. He actually gets on the Sea Otter in the lobby there. 63 damage on the rocket onto the Sea Otter, but doesn't get the kill. In the meanwhile, the scout is walking through underpass, but the soldier onto Happy Catfish doesn't need the help that is of Jamon. Happy Catfish 2 pipes down the soldier. It's a 2-for-2 trade actually with Flames onto the demo though from a pipe. He does get the kill on the Jordan God 888, so that is a 3v4 now for Braum Moment, and they're just cherry outing their way through lobby. Jazz a little bit ahead of his team though. Jamon wanted to wait and heal up, but they're still going to go in. They're just going to walk in like it's their house. They are going to get the kill on a Sticky. They didn't have to pop the Uber just yet. Flames with a 2-shot, drops the scout, and this Uber is just all but good for Yeezy. I'm not too sure if they're going to be able to hold this, but because Jazz had popped in way too early and they had committed way too far, they're going to get wiped into that main area. It's just a buffet right now into this last, and they're just going to go full send. They're going to go for the Hail Mary play onto the medic. 2-for-1 punch. Fredo and Loot, they get the kill onto the medic. But where is Jazz right now? He's in the forwards. In the meanwhile, Fredo's been left off on an island to dry. He gets the kill by Fredo. I mean, by Woohoo Ren. And that should be the second point retaken. But Jazz, look at this. With 5 seconds left on the respawn timer for Sea Otter, he does have an 80% or 20% Uber to work with. And it's now going up to 25%, but they do have to get quick on the building, and they need to start walking in the lobby at 80% just about if they want to make use of the slight Uber ad. Yeezy in the meanwhile, they have to set up on last. They're going to go get the gun up in the ideal spot on the crate. They are going to run the sniper on Sticky. Sticky does need to get a kill if he wants to prevent this 20% ad push. And I don't know if the barrel of that sniper rifle has been seen. Doesn't seem like so. Oh, Happy Catfish turning around the corner, meets the eye of the Reticel, and does manage to escape that. Oh, he blasted into the skybox as Happy Catfish. They bombed it through Shutter right in front of the sticks, and they should be able to get enough space here. But Sea Otter now at 95% should get this Uber in the meanwhile. Now, this Heavy being up spells trouble here as Ren is just lasering down everybody in his sights. Does get killed by Loot, but it's a 3-for-1 trade right now. The medic is... Oh my gosh, that rocket almost could have landed and gotten a sink by Loot, but Sea Otter lives. He maintains the Uber at scenario, and that should mean that Brumman, they have to give up second, and they might have to concede mid. But with the stack on the spawns, and with Rainbow being late, and a scout still spawning for Yeezy, they're gonna have to push through this with just 4 players at that. Savannah's gonna have to lead up on this alleyway alone. There are traps by Happy Catfish on the flank doors, and they see the combo pushing in, but this isn't where the 6 are. They aren't in the rocks here in this valley area. There are towards house here, and Jordan God going low. He's gonna get bombed by Loot, and he does get killed by the fadeaway rocket, but he does get traded off. Loot gets killed by, oh, actually Jordan God that is, but the Uber is out, and they've lost too many players. I don't know if they can continue to march forward with this Uber as there's a backup on second by Fredo. In the meanwhile, Jamon's going to try to contest mid to allow that 1x1 on the cat to go forward. And with the help of Happy Catfish, with the help of Flames, they managed to stave it off. And this should be the backup soon. But with this Uber saw, Sea Otter, not traditional right now at the higher levels of 6s, but doesn't work out in his favor. He didn't have enough Uber to get one saw and then just pop and get it out. But either way, Uber's out. Full Uber out, and that's actually a very quick pick, so no 6 on point means that they can play the point, and they can corral the rest of Yeezy on the point, or Brumman, but Heavy is out, but the players are too low, but with Jazz going down, not enough. There was only 3 players on point, or there were only 3 players strong to defend that last point, and Brumman, they take the second round. I think that should be game, though, because we are at server time, so GG's. I am tired. Congrats to Brumman for taking that game 2-1. And thank you guys for watching. There is a land. I do also want to point out that Jazz does have his land down under medal, and I'm only saying that because Capping TV is playing, or there's the land going right now for the oceanic scene, the land down under. And with that being said, I'm gonna go throw it to Capping TV. Thank you guys for tuning in. I am out. I am also tired.